Okay, everyone, I am back. This is the cover that we made last time, and I've used the paper collection Country Roads by Paper Studio, and we're following a tutorial by Kerr, Happiness and Crafting. But she made this envelope journal, and it's a soft cover journal, and that's why we're making it. But it's also a transition into next month of October, when we're going to be focusing on envelopes. So this is a 9 by 12 envelope. We have matted the cover, and then we matted the inside of the envelope. Then we trimmed the top and the bottom to give us an extra page, and then we matted this, and then we gessoed. Well, I just sewed the whole thing, and I went ahead and inked around everything. So you can see I've got some extra gesso here. When I was finished, I kind of took the brush and put back the pile of gesso back into the bottle, and just took the book and all the pages and just kind of put it down and dried up all that. So that's why you see a little bit more texture here than before. So okay, I want to put 4 pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess I should have measured this one to make sure it was the right size. I may have to trim this one down because it's a smaller page, but let's do the pocket. So what I'm using is coffee dyed cardstock that I have cut into 4 pieces. This uses the whole page. So they are 5.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, so that's what I want to use here for our pocket. So it'll be perfect on the front. Let's call this page 1 and page 4, but 2 and 3 we may have to trim that down. Yeah, I'm going to trim off about 1/4 of an inch off of these. So these are now 5 1/4 by 4 1/4, and that'll fit like that. Okay, so now I want to mat them, and I've got this papers. Okay, they go this way. I think I want to put this one here, and we'll put this one here. Now I will need to cut that down because I trimmed those. So in fact, let me just go ahead and do that. I'm going to trim this down the same amount, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so that one will go there. And this one here, and this one here. The butterfly pages are so pretty. I think I want this one up here. I just really like that and that. So I'm going to go ahead and attach those. I will fast forward this part. Okay, so now we have our 4 pockets attached. So let us, and I've already pre-cut a large tag for this pocket here, and this is 5 by 8.5. So that's going to be a large pocket for this, and then I've got a couple of journal cards that will fit in this pocket, and I've got a couple of tags for this pocket, and then we've got these 2 pockets. So I'll probably cut some writing paper for this one, and then I'll put an envelope in this one. So let's make an envelope. Because this is just matting. Let's go ahead and make an envelope for that. So I'd like one that's a little longer. I don't know if I can do, here's a 5 by 8.5. The book is 9, so 8.5 would work. But let's do there's a 4.5 by 8. Here's a 4.5 by 8. Let's do that. So we need a 10 by 10 piece of paper. So let's grab that. And I'm going to grab this one because it doesn't really have, I mean, it has a wood grain, yeah, but it doesn't matter the direction really. There's no words. So let's do a 10 by 10. Saving our cutoffs, of course. Okay, so 10 by 10. And let's bring this in. Okay, it says the first mark, I can hardly see it, it's so tiny, is 3 3/4. So 3 3/4, and I need my score tool. I don't like the one that came with it because it's really, it's really sharp, and I find it has like almost like a bulb on the tip, but I don't know if it's just worn down. I mean, I haven't used it as much, so it shouldn't be worn down, but I'm more comfortable with this one. So we're going to line this up at 3 3/4. And then we're going to come along here and score, and it's not going to be, you know, the score line is not going to go all the way to the edge of the paper. So I'm going to come this way, and I'm line this up with the score guide here, and do the same thing. I'm going to use the carefully because I don't want to cut through this paper. This is on the thinner side. Back around, line this up again. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to punch. Let's start over. Okay, so this is 10 by 10. I'm going to come in here at 3 3/4, and I'm going to punch, and I'm going to score very gently. And it's not going to be big enough, but that's okay. We're going to rotate, and we're going to line up with the score line, and we're going to punch, and we're going to score very gently. Rotate, punch, and score, and rotate. Now my score didn't go all the way down. Let me see if I can go a little bit further on that one. I want to go to the edge, but I don't want to go off the edge because it kind of it'll tear my paper. So let's come back. Maybe I'm close. Yeah, okay, so I can see where that is. Line that up, punch, and score. Okay. So that's really pretty. This paper almost looks tropical, actually. So fold this piece in. Okay, so which side do I want to be the top? Do I want it like that, or do I want it like this? I kind of like this because it has a little kind of, although that one does too. I think I'm going to go with this because it has more contrast in the color. But I do want to cut this piece off because this kind of is a little bit too high. And actually, you don't have to cut it off. You could just tuck it in. But I'm just going to cut it off. I like the envelope to be straight across there. Use my scissors for this. Okay. there we have an envelope, and we can round the corner on this one if we want. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to use my corner rounder because I think it gives a bigger, more pronounced rounded corner. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so that's good. So we can put some glue on this. This doesn't go past, so we can go ahead and we want to put glue here and here to here, just on this straight edge. Okay, so there we go. Now let's attach. We're going to put some writing paper or something in there, but let's attach some seam binding to the bottom. Actually, I have some lace. Where is it? I want to use up some of this lace. I don't use this, and I have a lot of it, and I can use this and then put the seam binding across. So let's do that. I'm going to come up about an inch. If I need more, I can add more. Okay. And the truth is when you turn it over to see if it's straight, and not even close. Alright, so we're going over about a half an inch there. Okay, any overage up here I'm going to rub off. Oh, I did pretty good. I did pretty good. Alright. So let's cut this off. We'll cut this off. And now we'll put some seam binding along the top. And I'm just going to glue this down. Kind of willy-nilly, I guess. I'm going to do a couple inches at a time. But just to kind of put some down and fold it. I think this works better if it's sewn, but it can be done without sewing it. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers though. Let's get this here. And then what I'll probably do is maybe run a string of pearls over the top to cover up the glue. But we'll see how it dries first. It might dry okay, and then we wouldn't need that. But I haven't done this before. I'm just playing with it. Because I said I wasn't going to sew, and then I saw there was sewing. Okay. So I'm just pressing that down and cut that off. Maybe we'll use, oh, that's pink. I've got too many. Let's use this. used the clear ones, but I haven't used the brown ones. But that might be fun because it'll pull out some of that brown on there. So let's see, I want to cut in between here. And then I can use some of these on the other ephemera. So I'm going to run a bead of glue. Oh, look at the nozzle. I've got to clean that off. I'm going to run a bead of glue down here again. And then I'm going to pull this piece off. And we're going to attach this. Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. What do you think? Oh, I like it. It pulls out the browns and the paper. I mean, that's cool. Good fix, Kristi. Good fix. I don't know what I was thinking with the glue bleeding through the seam binding. I should have skipped that, but that'll look okay. So, if at first you don't succeed, add more bling. Right? Okay. So, the only other things that I need to do really is just mat some tags and journal card and then add them to the book. So I think I'm going to go ahead and work on that and keep you in suspense for 2 seconds, and then I'll be back and do kind of a mini flip through. This isn't really a flip through kind of project, but I want you to see what I come up with. So I'll be back. Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. I am here with somewhat flip through of this little envelope journal that we put together using a tutorial by Kerr at Happiness and Crafting. So I have used a collection by the Paper Studio. I think, is that a Hobby Lobby brand? That's where I buy it anyway, and it's called Country Roads. I've used a 9x12 envelope, so the journal finishes at 9x6. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick to an inch. It doesn't have any a lot of inserts. It's just a basic writing journal. I haven't sewn in the signature. I've used a seam binding tie to attach the signature, so it's completely removable. I have done the cover with the papers from the well, everything is from the Country Roads. I've used some coffee dyed cardstock. That's designs. The coffee dyed is from Liana scrap. So I have this little memories label here. This is Artymaze. I've got it on top of a piece of linen. I've got some lace on the side with some bead trim. This is Crafter Square. And then on the inside we've got matting here. I've got a pocket, some more bead trim. I've got a journal card, and it is on the coffee dyed cardstock. I've got a tag. This is perfect for writing little tiny things. I love stuff like this. I've got some seam binding here in the top. And then up here I have a taller tag that fits in that pocket there. Just some seam binding on the top. I think I need a new piece of seam binding because I cut it a little short. Anyway, the journal itself, I've got one of the pages that from the collection, and there again the coffee dyed paper is Liana scrap. I will leave the links below for that, and coffee dyed ledger and another coffee dyed paper. Very basic, just for writing. Another paper from another piece from the paper pack. And this is a beautiful collection, but I think that's 9 pages, so that's quite a bit of writing space. On this side I've got another pocket here with the journal card, and then I've got another tag there. Then we flip the page, I have another pocket, and I've taken some of the cut-offs from making the papers to size and just made a little booklet here by folding them in half and putting one of the cut-offs from the envelope and tied it with a piece of seam binding, so that's in this pocket. And then we made an envelope for this pocket that is 4.5 by 8. Inside this envelope I've got some writing paper from the collection that's in here, and I could not get, we made this envelope together, and this does have lace trim, it has some seam binding and the bead trim, but I couldn't get it in the pocket with the lace hanging over, so I just wrapped it around, and now it's decorative on both sides. So I did add a little, this does fit in the pocket, it's just a little snuggly, so I gotta wiggle it. I did add some bead trim here on the bottom, and then on the back I've left it plain but just added a piece of lace there. And you know, we did gesso over this, so it's so pretty, so easy. This can be done in an afternoon, so I hope you'll try it. I will have this one listed on my Etsy, you know, within a day or two. It may be there now. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time, and we will start our month of envelope play.